Hi, I'm Larry Dignan here with ZDNet, and we're here with Samsung B2B Mobiles team, John Curtis and Hamshi Ravidran. And we're going to talk about how foldables fit into the enterprise. Hi, folks. Thanks for joining me.
Hi, Larry. Thanks for having us.
So I guess let's start with you, Hamshi. In terms of the role of foldables in the enterprise, how do you see it develop? I want to talk about the launch of the Fold, but also really curious about how the Flip plays out in the enterprise.
Great question. So we're really excited about the launch of the third generation of the Fold family and what it means for the enterprise space. So from a large enterprise perspective, the big use case we see for Fold is really that 3-in-1 use case, ability to use your phone Fold as a smartphone for phone calls, unfold it to avail that large real estate for that tablet-like experience, and then leverage peripherals like a Bluetooth keyboard or a Samsung smart monitor for that PC-like experience. So enterprise IT decision makers are really excited about that productivity and that multi-use experience that the Fold 3 provides, and the opportunity to consolidate their real estate and reduce the number of endpoints in their enterprise and drive cost savings. So that's the big use case we see for Fold 3, and we have active pilots across different verticals for that use case. From a Flip perspective, we really look at that as the ultimate productivity, flexibility on the go device. So we have enterprise customers who are looking to offer the Flip as a choose your own device option, an alternative form factor for their end users. And we know from our research that 60% of mobile purchases in the US is made by the prosumer, which is really the consumer availing their work and personal phone through corporate programs. So the Flip really just provides that alternate one-handed user experience, ability to take high quality pictures, multitask, and the Flip 3 does come embedded with the Microsoft Office suite of applications with features like link to Windows to be able to connect to your PC and drag and drop and share files. So we're seeing these multiple use cases, and in the SMB segment, who are early adopters of technology, we really see Flip 3 as well as the Fold really resonating as well.
So, John, can you walk me through what's involved with getting a device like the Flip on the sort of BYOD sort of approved list for companies?
So good question, Larry. So I think we're expecting to drive both the Fold and the Flip, and obviously there's two types of purchasers for the enterprise. Is, as you say, BYOD and CYOD. BYOD needs to simply be approved from a technical perspective. So we do a lot of work around that with our large enterprise customers, do that one-on-one, managing those approvals. Then both for the CYOD, which is where the company provides the device, we do that from looking to get devices onto what we call the approved device lists. So we have a whole motion in place with the big companies around the States to go through that over the coming sort of 20, 30, 40 days, where we do that work, and we have a whole process in place in order to make sure that the devices get onto the approved device lists. We're excited because we really see, and I think we were talking about this before, that the Flip will be a really popular one for that, and then the Fold as well takes a lot of these companies into a whole load of new use cases.
Now, the Fold is more pricey for sure. Is the use case for business there really like Hamshi said, where you're sort of consolidating, smartphone, tablet, and laptop? Is that the kind of play, or is it more productivity worker based? Kind of depends on the industry.
So we believe that it really is there. However, the ROI model has to be looked at differently. And that's what some of our customers are already talking to us about some quite substantial deployments but really thinking about that hyper mobile employee who wants to convert their smartphone quickly into a larger screen, and then also might want to have the Bluetooth keyboard in order to have the PC experience. And the larger screen they're looking, and where we're seeing the use cases come out is where they're using the larger screen for direct engagement with their customers and really fast engagement. And that's the initial use cases that some of our customers are talking to us about. But with that, you can't look at simply the cost of the device. You got to think about employee engagement, customer experience, driving revenue up, churn down. Like, there's many different factors we'll bring in and help our customers with that business casing.
Hamshi, what verticals do you think are going to be most interested into the fold?
Great question. So we really see three verticals as early adopters of the fold. As John mentioned, finance customers are looking at the fold as an opportunity to offer their end users or employees the ability to do multiple things at once. So if you think about it from a wealth manager's perspective, the ability to check the market news, look at a client's portfolio on a larger screen, and send email at the same time, it offers that one screen experience where you can do that multitasking. So we're really seeing a significant opportunity in the financial sector, specifically with the wealth management community, and we're in active trials and pilots with a few of those customers. The second big opportunity is really with the legal field. So if you think about legal professionals, they're multitasking, they're comparing two different versions of a contract. Being able to do that on a larger fold form factor and compare two different versions simplifies a legal professional's life, especially when they're on the go. And the ability to sign and email contracts when you're on the go with the S Pen, again, is a really neat use case we're seeing in the legal field. And in the healthcare field, with more and more patients opting to do remote care and virtual care, the ability to have a patient engagement through video call and compare and review their chart and update information via an S Pen really offers healthcare professionals and doctors and mid-market health companies another form factor to multitask. So we're seeing some really emerging use cases across those three verticals. And the last, I would say, cross-vertical use case we're seeing across the board is the ability to equip the field worker with one endpoint. We're in active trials with a federal field working use case, as well as hospitality workers, where they're giving their end users a fold to access heavy applications that require a larger form factor while they're out in the field as an alternative to carrying their bulky PC with them.
So does that mean in the future we're likely to see rugged versions of these?
Great point, Larry. We're constantly evaluating customer needs and listening to our end users' needs and determining how we optimize our roadmap. So I can't comment on the future roadmap, but we're always open to customer feedback.
All right, so I'll do the guess. I'm assuming there will be some rugged devices in the future along these lines. Back to the flip. Do you see it as being a tool that would be used in retail, like for point of sale or frontline workers?
Yeah, no, absolutely. We actually look at it as a great great compact form factor for our small medium enterprise customers and large enterprise customers. And we were evaluating emerging use cases. But if you think about the fact that you can carry this phone on the palm of your hand, it's compact, but it's got this amazing high quality camera, front and rear facing, that enables you to use that one-handed experience to take pictures, upload content to social media, be able to send an email on the go. We think there's great use cases in retail, especially in the SMB space. And we're working with our peripheral partners to ensure we have accessory compatibility as our enterprise and SMB customers look to leverage MPOS and other peripherals on the device.
John, does the S Pen make a device? I mean, I think S Pen it supports the fold, obviously, but not the flip per se. Does the S Pen make it more business friendly? I mean, because I guess the Note was sort of viewed as a business device, even though I used it a lot. May it rest in peace. But I guess what does the S Pen bring to the table?
Well, I think to your comment on, we're completely committed to all of the Note users and to ensuring that Note experience is enabled across many of our devices. But the S Pen, absolutely. I think it's said quite often, is the S Pen just for business? No, the S Pen is for people that want to use the S Pen for what they do. There are obviously many specific use cases in the enterprise, order taking, etc., doing reports, etc., on the devices. Many of our customers have large deployments with the S Pen. So there are many business use cases, but there's also many consumer or prosumer, as Hamshi was talking about, the idea of somebody who uses their device as an administrative worker, etc. Many of them would choose to use the S Pen as well. But it absolutely helps us with positioning this in the enterprise for sure.
Okay, I guess my final question would be for each of you. What do you, I guess if you were to project forward, I know there were some strategy analytics, guesstimates on foldable adoption, all that. How do you see it developing in foldables in business? How do you see it, say, 2-3 years out? And just how do you see it developing, or what do you think the cadence will be?
So I'll take that first, and maybe Hamshi, if you want to follow. So Larry, I would say we are completely committed in mobile B2B to driving this product with our customers and our partners. The whole app ecosystem, the top 100 apps, they're all getting behind this. So they're driving this. So I see that this whole concept of fold and flip has a really bright future in the enterprise, and we'll see more and more use cases coming about through it.
Yeah, and I would echo everything that John said. We are essentially creating a whole new category and a whole new way of working. And what the foldable form factor really brings to enterprise customers is choice and flexibility and a whole new way of working. I think we're reinventing how enterprise customers look at multitasking and productivity. And enterprises, as you know, Larry, have a long decision cycle and long pilot cycles. So we are in active trials, and we have really emerging use cases. But what's really exciting is on the other side, we have SMB customers who tend to be early adopters of technology, who are already leveraging and using this product. Over the past 2 generations of fold products we've launched, we've actually sold more folds than flips in the enterprise segment. And that's really been driven by our SMB customers adopting this new technology and leveraging it for a new way of working. So we're really excited about the art of the possible here.
Yeah, I look forward to see how it develops. Thanks a lot, and thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Larry.
Thank you.